I'm Tabin, and I'm going to talk about my experience traveling Europe solo for 3 months, visiting 7 countries. So, I decided to take a break from college because I wasn't passionate about anything and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, just like any other 20-year-olds. So, I used Worldpacker, which is like a work exchange that you don't have to pay for the accommodation and you work for like a hostel or retreat center or any like host family. There are a lot of jobs, just like Workaway. And I did 2 months in Spain and 1 month in like traveling other countries, like 6 other countries. I've realized that I'm really not a country girl. Like, I cannot live in the countryside. I am a city girl and I prefer big city or like a medium-sized city, like a suburb at least. And I don't think I can live in Europe because of the language barrier. Even if they speak English, like in Norway, people spoke like better English than Americans because Americans are kind of dumb, but Norwegians were like smart. Oh, but like for real, like they were never like I sound kind of controversial, but like everyone knows that Americans are stupid. Like, I'm not trying to generalize, but a lot of people are. I've been to the States. Well, anyways, Norwegians speak like perfect English most of the times. And I felt very safe, but if they speak Norwegians, I can't belong there. And I mean, like, it's not their fault, but it's like very common. Like, of course, I wouldn't understand, but which kind of makes me like, I don't belong here, which is like perfectly like normal. Like, if it would be weird if I didn't feel like that. So, because of the language barrier, or even if they speak English, they have their own language. So I feel like I'm a foreign, which is I am a foreign. But if I'm in a like English speaking country, I would understand everything and I would feel much more confident. And as someone who grew up in Korea, being so used to like convenience, I felt like Europe was like kind of inconvenient because of their culture. Like in Spain, they have fiesta and you like the stores aren't open like all the time, so you have to check. And then like Germany, there's like on every Sunday they don't open, and I'm like, huh? And I felt pretty anxious because of like racism. Not that it always happens, but just the fact that it could happen. Like in some countries, I was especially more anxious, especially in the countries that I cannot speak English. Um, as an Asian woman traveling like solo, I felt pretty anxious all the time. So I don't think I can live in Europe more than like 3 months. These are just the videos of me, compilation of like a country. Like, this is Barcelona, and I was watching the waterfall. It was pretty amazing. I that was like my last day in Barcelona before I go to where did I go? Oh, Italy. Okay, this is like so not organized about how I like talk about stuff, but I'm gonna complain about something. It was so damn exhausting to get like used to small things, like for example, like using a transportation or like how it works. Like in Barcelona, I couldn't use a cash because I needed to get the ticket from the metro. And I'm like, can you just take the cash? I'm like urgent. And then the driver was like, nope. And just traveling, going to different countries, like having no time to get used to anything, it makes you really exhausted. Like surviving is very difficult. Like the doing normal stuff is very more challenging than how you live in your own country. And all the mental health issues follows you wherever you go. Yeah, you can like distract yourself sometimes, but the anxiety or like depression or um lethargic, I don't know, like having no energy, it always follows you. This is my friend Amy. She's the sweetheart. Okay, it changed. This was Switzerland, Zurich. It was very clean. It gave me like idealistic country vibes. And I didn't have to worry about like people stealing, just like, I'm not gonna name any country, but you know. Like I said, the order of my speech or like my podcast or my whatever this is very like disorganized. I've got so much more confidence. I don't know. I mean, if I can travel solo as an Asian woman for 3 months in like a continent that I've never been to, well, I had my friends who were so helpful, but still I needed to book my hostel, plan everything, like ask my mom for money sometimes, yeah. And I can do anything, you know? And this was me in Germany when like the first day I went clubbing, like the day I arrived, like maybe a few hours later, I ended up here, like doing a K-pop night in Munich, München. It was nice. Oh, this girl taking a walk. I also felt less anxious in Germany because I could, like, people can speak better English. I looked like it was like unreal. It looked like it was like Munich buildings looked like it was like paper because it was like clouded. Like, I can't speak English. That's my friend Cynthia, and I went to Oktoberfest. I didn't drink that much beer. This is Amy, my sweetheart. She gave me Switzerland chocolate. She's the sweetest, angelic person that I've ever met. She was an ambassador from Switzerland, and we met like 2019, 2020. No, like it has been like more than 3 months, 3 years. Oh my god, my English. And I fly to Norway to see Sina, who I also met in New York at EF camp, exchange students camp. I was an ambassador, she was a student, and I had so much fun with her. I felt so comfortable, and she is crazy, insane, funny, so I loved my experience. I stayed in her house for a few days. Yeah, as you can see, I am smiling and happy. Okay, back to what I've learned. I was very lost before I went to Europe. I still am. Like, I'm still trying to like plan out my future. But at the time, I really didn't have any passion. Like, I major in video production, but I used to be very passionate. But then I fell in love with capitalism, and I just want money, and I still think like that. Money is the reason we exist. After traveling to Europe and meeting so many people and getting advices from older people and like just having conversation about small things, and it leads to like some new ideas that I've never thought of. Meeting other travelers were also great because we relate to each other. So I really realized that oh fuck. I realize a lot because I realize a lot of things, so fuck off. I realized that I was just a lazy, irresponsible person who couldn't own up to their choices. Like, I decided to major this broadcasting journalism, like video production, and I'm like considering like, oh, what should I do with my life? I'm not passionate anymore. Like, I could have, like, I'd never, yeah, okay, like people change their minds, we change our passions, but I've never even tried getting like a part-time job in like working as a staff in a TV shows, because I couldn't even apply because I knew that I don't know shit because I didn't study. I thought that I was considering other options for my future, but in fact, in reality, I was just a lazy person who couldn't focus on one thing because I wasn't desperate enough. And I'm like too mentally ill to work. But now I just really had this clarity that I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna, study more in order for me to be more passionate about what I'm doing, because if I am good at it, I'll be, enjoying it. Even if I change my mind in like 5 years, I want to focus on my major, video production or something, at least for 3 years, 2 years. Like, I have to graduate college at least and have some skills, not being useless. I needed this Europe trip because I could like see myself in a third point of view. Like, I could step out of my world and then see myself. Anyways, thank you for listening. This is very urgent to end, but I love you for listening to my podcast or YouTube or whatever. Love you, girls. I know that you're my friend. Bye. Anyways, before you go, this is Norwegian soldiers. Like, they're so hot. Like, every single one of them is hot. And my friend was texting me. I posted on Instagram being like, oh, Norwegians are so hot. Like, everyone. And one of my friends were like, they're just white and blonde. And I was like, no, I've seen white and blonde people in the States. Like, why do you guys look like that in the States? But honestly, bye.